There are a few issues that divide Americans and lawmakers, and we're not going to go down that rabbit hole, but we are going to talk about one: immigration, specifically around jobs and the economy. There is a belief or concern that immigrants take away jobs and opportunity from native-born Americans. But the current labor shortage in the U.S. is no secret. Immigrants can help fill key employment gaps in our economy, especially as our aging population retires. In this next story, Ruth Azell visits a company whose workforce is getting a boost from our newest neighbors.
At Control Devices LLC in Fenton, 21-year-old Khalid Baktyar is an assembly employee. Baktyar came to the U.S. with his family from Afghanistan in 2020 through the Special Immigrant Visa Program. They qualified because Bakhtiar's father was a soldier working with U.S. forces. The oldest of 6 children, Baktyar is grateful for the opportunity to start life anew here, away from the ongoing dangers gripping his homeland.
And we can't do anything. We go to the school, we scare. When come back, we scare before like 5 o'clock. So the darkness is coming. We should be at home, not outside, because this all around the country is Taliban. They kill us, they kidnap.
Baktyar is one of several Afghans working at Control Devices, and he provides a bridge to those who don't speak English.
We have like meeting with the leader, supervisor, sometimes with HR. So I can explain, need to like every speech explain what they talk about. Every day, like we have meeting before we start our shift. So we have meeting for 10 and 5 minutes, and I need to explain for everybody what we talk about. I'm helping also with the line, so I need to explain the work order. When we start, every line we have work order. I need to explain because they don't know what they say. So I need to show the number, how to take the parts, and I show him everything, and then they start the work.
Every procedure and process in the building for assembly and test of the valves we manufacture has work instructions assigned to it.
Control Devices CEO Jim Norris keeps the operation running smoothly with the help of visual tools that assist all workers, regardless of English proficiency. The company is the world's leading manufacturer of specialty valves and devices that control the flow of air, gases, and liquids. Norris notes a big challenge Afghan employees face beyond language.
It can be also transportation, right? Not all of them have a car, the ability to get a car. So a lot of them commute together that work in the area. So they try and schedule their work shifts together so they can all get to work and get home. That's probably a bigger issue than communication, is just transportation. You know, you come here and then you've got to try and get a job, and then you've got to get to the job.
But the multinational diversity of the Control Devices workforce illustrates the company's decades of experience incorporating people born outside the United States.
We benefited from the Bosnian immigrants coming in. And they came in and they were great people to work with, and they did a great job with the company. A lot of them are still here. Most of them are U.S. citizens now. And so it's always been such a good relationship and a great program that's worked out that when we had the opportunity to hire some of the Afghans, we said, yeah, sure, of course.
Attracting foreign-born workers and helping them become a success is the mission of the St. Louis Mosaic Project. And the head of Mosaic says, as those foreign-born workers succeed, so does the region. Why is their presence so important in our region?
So our region has been stagnating in terms of population, our GDP, our growth, our rankings. And so for us to be a thriving, growing region, we need to look at those people here who are born in the United States and those that are foreign born, because together we can be a more thriving region, and we want to be back on a growth plan. And the region is collaborating, and for us at the St. Louis Economic Development Partnership, groups like Greater St. Louis Inc., the Regional Business Council, private, public, the universities to get us back on that growth trajectory. We need to work on the 95% of our region that is born in the United States, and then the 5% that's foreign born, we need to grow that too.
St. Louis Mosaic Project Executive Director Betsy Cohen literally wrote the book on job hunting for newcomers to the U.S.
It became clear to me during the pandemic that one thing I could do while working remotely, as we all were, was what if I took all the knowledge that I shared on LinkedIn? People said, Betsy, write a book. So I wrote the book, Welcome to the USA, You're Hired, a guide for foreign-born people seeking a job. And that's the only book in the country for those job seekers, with special chapters for international students, for refugees, for executive spouses and partners. All of them, I have case studies and say, this worked, this didn't work. Everything from how do you manage your stress, how do you face the online application, how do you interview in the United States in a positive way, how do you prepare yourself if it's in person, on Zoom, how do you negotiate your salary, what's possible, because in our country, things are different than many home countries, and I wanted people to have the benefit of that knowledge. So it was really a matter of my passion to share that knowledge.
Knowledge that may come in handy for Khalid Baktyar, who hopes at some point to resume his education.
I want to study accounting. Yeah, that's been my ambition. So I already applied, but they need to a little bit time because I'm working full time. And it's so hard for me to join together. Yeah, and then I want to move to the university, finish my degree, and have a good job in the United States and a good life.
And with the support of Jim Norris, Baktyar's American dream could come true.
I think it's a winning program that we should continue to push and take advantage of, where people around the world that need to come here have to come here. Make it easy for them to be part of St. Louis.
For Living St. Louis, I'm Ruth Ezel.